Hello dear listeners, TW here. Join me as I traverse a century of horror cinema, one flick at a time. The Black Castle, 1952, a gothic horror with a twist. There is no suggestion of the supernatural, nor twisted plots. The plot is laid out clearly and executed effectively. So, why is it so effective? Richard Greene, a Robin Hood himself, manages to show his gentlemanly charms and his fencing skills as he plays an English, well-to-do chap who ventures into the Austrian Empire to find his lost friends. He supposes them victims of the Count, played by Stephen McNally, Western player known for such classics as 1950's 73 Western. Initially, the Count doesn't know that our hero is linked to the other two missing Englishmen, and a duel of wits and melodrama drives the centre of the plot. Greene falls in love with the Count's abused wife, Rita Corday, who is new on the scene after the untimely death of his first wife. The tension of this flick comes from whether the hero can get the proof he needs without his identity being discovered. Naturally, things fall apart for a climactic end of the second act and a final third. What helps this film stand out is a better-than-decent job by director Nathan H. Juran, who took the job at the 11th hour. Cast are all well played, even though the Austrians sound suspiciously American. There was no sense of authenticity being a requirement in this era of Hollywood. Players of note include the legends of Boris Karloff, the Count's doctor, and Lon Chaney Jr. as a mute henchman. A decade since the Wolfman, and Chaney is looking worse for wear, his alcoholism having now put him nearly out of work. He would spend the 50s in bit parts, and this would not be the last go as a mute heavy. His acting at the start is noteworthy for some subtleties that hint at the skill he once wielded with ease, but the role is wafer thin. Karloff, however, is spot on as always. As the Doctor, he is keen to help our hero and save the Countess. While mostly falling to the whims of her heart and the actions of the male characters, Corday gets at least some agency not always afforded to such roles. The final plan to escape channels Shakespeare as the two leads take poison from the good doctor that will render them in a coma resembling death. The tension comes from possible discovery and the chance of being buried alive. While not all goodies survive to the titles, and it is refreshing to see such a picture not afraid to have a modest body count, ultimately Hollywood will rarely deliver anything other than a happy ending in this era. Modestly successful in its day, the film was well received. It is not regarded as an all-time classic and has only a modest fan base today, but the film does stand up as one of the more flamboyant and tense pictures of the day. Enjoy.